Hey guys, I'm here with Canada's very own Charles Jourdain. He's going to be facing off Jean Silva this Saturday at UFC 303. Charles, how are you going to bring the W home to us?
Via knockout. Like last fight, I have an opponent who was very evasive, very good with touching you and
Yeah.
not running away, but making points. And this guy is a finisher. That's why I asked for this fight. When I saw that he was fighting William Gomi didn't make weight, so there was a little thing there. So I'm like, hey, give me this guy. He wants to fight. He's a banger. He's a spectacle fighter. So I asked for it, and here we are.
Yeah, that's amazing. I know that you are the type of guy who always is looking for the challenge,
Yes.
and that's what really gets your fire going. What is it that makes that interesting for you? Like, how come you're not afraid of it? How come you love to rise to the challenge and face the other guys who can possibly put you away, but you look forward to putting them away?
It's not because I'm not afraid. I'm actually afraid, and that's what makes me a better man at the end of the day, is taking all those challenges. Like, the guy has less fight than me, less popular. He can write off my name a little bit, and he's a dangerous KO artist. I think he has 12 finish in his 14 fights. So very dangerous man, and that drives me. I know taking risk in life it's very important to grow as a man, and that's my ultimate goal.
Yeah, that's beautiful, and it really sets an example for the guys looking up to you who are not in the UFC, who are maybe amateur fighters, and that they should always strive to fight the best challenge that they can face at the time. But besides taking everything so seriously, I follow you on social media, and if you guys don't, you definitely should check him out. He's hilarious. How do you keep that mix between having fun, like you're all smiles fight week, you're not super stressed, but you also use everything as fuel to keep you motivated for the fight?
Absolutely. I think what we do, people are like, oh my God, fighting is so intense, but it's kind of trivial if you look at what's going on around the world. There's conflicts, and I have roof, I have food, and I do a sport for a living. I'm a very happy man. I'm a very lucky man to do everything that I do. Of course, luck was backed by a tremendous amount of work. But I mean, we're fighting 50% of the fighters are going to lose Saturday, but 100% of them are going to grow. That's what I truly believe. And whatever you face, it can be highs and lows. I've been on both hands, and I always grew as a man. And you know that. You've been on some highs and some lows, and
of course.
And we need to come back stronger. That's our duty as men.
Yeah. For as funny as you are, you're very philosophical. And I saw one of your videos. You said about, if you want to be able to think outside the box, you first need to understand what's inside the box.
Yes.
And over the years, you've only grown, and you always put on a great performance. Explain to me, how do you always tap in fight night to make sure that you're on your game?
There's a Latin phrase called, it says memento mori, remember you're gonna die. And when I have this feeling, I'm like, okay, I bite down the mouthpiece and I'm ready to do those wild flying knees, Sparta kick, and those wild moments. I'm like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Actually, I'll tell you, the worst thing for me, the thing I'm the most afraid, is be on the cover of the next UFC game like this. So this is the only thing that I'm scared, to have this highlight reel that every time UFC shows something, like the Ben Askren knee or my Sparta kick against Seawall, those are the moments that UFC keep replaying and replaying and replaying. I'm like, I don't want to be in one of these. So this is my
It's happened to me actually when I lost to Ricardo Ramos. He got me that spinning elbow. Every time he fights, they just show that one knockout. I'm like, is this guy gonna get another knockout or something different to get me off this hook? So I know your pain, brother. That is a terrible fear. I hope it doesn't happen to you. But you're also super well known to always finish fights strong. You have incredible conditioning. What do you attribute to that to? What do you do special so that in round 3 you always show up and you always look for the finish, even when the fight it's long and hard fought?
Yeah, I always had good stamina. I don't know why, and I think it's built from my willingness to, okay, now it's game on. Because when you start a fight, you're not sure. Maybe the guy has a trick up his sleeve, like a joker card or something. The guy's planning some stuff. But once we get accustomed to the fight pace, his strength. Like with Silva, I need to be very careful in round 1. But once I taste his power, I can be like, okay, let's go. We can go. There was something similar happened with Shane Burgos, who was ranked number 13 when I fought him. First round, I was more unsure, and then round 3, I'm like, okay, you don't hit hard. I created a monster in my head that was bigger than the actual guy. But there's a feeling out process, they call it.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously in round 1, we take our time, we get to feel the guy out, and then we get to see how things go. In your head right now, in terms of game plan for Jean Silva, do you expect to wrestle him out at all, put him up against the fence, or do you really want to fight him in the open center of the octagon?
Center. I think it's going to be a game of speed and power. I'm very powerful. I have a lot of knockdowns, a lot of I'm very I got rapid hands, and when you think about the hands, the kicks are flying. And I had the opportunity to train with one of my longtime coach. He was training me when I was 16. He's Phil Landreville from Silvertooth. You know him?
Yes, of course.
And going back to the Muay Thai roots of, okay, slack a little bit on the flying stuff, and let's go back to fundamentals. And my fundamentals are getting much better, and I think that's a key element to a proper victory.
Oh, amazing. And I also think that you might have the speed advantage in terms of footwork as well against this guy. And, you know, he likes to throw very big, hard shots, but you're also a little bit more creative in that sense. I know that you said maybe you might tone down the flying knees and stuff, but there might be an opportunity where if you fatigue this guy, you might throw out that wheel kick or something interesting. So we really look forward to seeing you fight this Saturday and represent Canada on the national stage, international stage.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I need to be on my A game. I need to use speed, like you said, footwork, and be on my A game. I'm very happy that the fight's coming. I'm excited. I'm shaking just thinking about it. Oh my God.
Thank you for being actually the first person I've interviewed. I really appreciate it. It was really great to have you on.